Good morning, friends. Among all other important changes as made in Finance Act 2022, which is notified on 1st October 2022, the important one, time limit to avail GST input tax credit under section 16 subsection 4 of CGST Act. Earlier, it was earliest of due date of furnishing return under section 39 GSTR 3B for September following the end of financial year to which transaction pertains, which is 20th October, or date of furnishing annual return. Now it is being changed. It would be now 30th November following the end of financial year to which such invoice or debit note pertains for availing credit, or date of furnishing annual return, whichever is earlier. So let's take an example for financial year 21-22. Earlier it was September 3B, which is 20th October 2022, or 31st December 2022, whichever is earlier. Now this is being changed to 30th November or 31st December 2022, whichever is earlier. So 30th November, advantage. Only dispute which I was finding in the trade, this change under section 16 subsection 4 is being made from 1st October 2022. Is it going to be applicable for financial year 21-22? This was the dispute in the market. Or it is applicable only for the financial year 22-23? To my mind, and in my humble submission, my considered opinion, when I look at the provision on 1st of October 2022, it is saying time limit is now 30th November. So even though for financial year 21-22, if I need to comply with, then the provision which is existing as on date, I will apply that provision only, right? So today on 1st October 2022, if this limit of 30th November available, I will apply this particular provision. And why I will not apply unless otherwise it is restricted? Explanation डाल सकते थे ये कि ये 21-22 के लिए एप्लीकेबल नहीं होगा. तो जब आपने 1 अक्टूबर 2022 को नोटिफाई किया, तो जो प्रोविजन 1 अक्टूबर 2022 को एप्लीकेबल है, मैं उसको यूज करूंगा. And that may be related to 21-22, but as on date, I'm complying for the financial year 21-22. तो मेरे लिए तो 30th नवंबर ही होगा. मैं तो ये कहता हूँ, अगर रिस्ट्रिक्शन होता कि 21-22 के लिए एप्लीकेबल नहीं है, तो ये कोई रिस्ट्रिक्टिव क्लॉज या एक्सप्लेनेशन डाल देते. चूंकि ऐसा कोई रिस्ट्रिक्टिव क्लॉज नहीं है, टू माई माइंड जिस दिन मैं देख रहा हूं 1 अक्टूबर 2022 को, इवन दो प्रोविजन जो मुझे 21-22 के लिए कॉम्प्लाई करने हैं वो ओपन है, तो मैं मान लूंगा कि मेरी टाइम लिमिट 30th नवंबर होगी. यानी जो अक्टूबर का आपका GST 3B होगा, जो 20th नवंबर 2022 को आप फाइल करेंगे फॉर 21-22, आपको क्रेडिट मिल जाएगी. अब एक डिस्प्यूट और भी है ट्रेड के अंदर. ट्रेड के अंदर डिस्प्यूट ये भी है कि सर अगर नवंबर का 3B हो और जो हम 20th दिसंबर 2022 को डालेंगे, क्या उसकी भी क्रेडिट मिल जाएगी? इन माई कंसीडर्ड ओपिनियन, we avail credit through GSTR 3B. And it is specifically said that time limit to avail credit is now 30th November. So to avoid any litigation and unwanted litigation, clarity is you can avail credit of October month 3B pertaining to financial year 21-22, but for November, which is due on 20th December 2022, it's going to be subject to litigation. And just while ago I was saying why I will apply for 21-22 for the region. There are so many other changes pertaining to time limit. If I look at those changes, then quite obvious that this 30th November benefit is available for 21-22. Region number 1, issuance of credit note, time limit to issue credit note under GST under section 34. That is again extended to 30th November as against September following the end of financial year. So any credit which get crystallized, finalized, it is dependent upon the credit note also. So credit note provision under section 34 time limit is now extended to 30th November. So that is again hinting and directing that my credit will go up to 30th November. No need to worry. Section 37. If we have made any mistake, if there is any omission or error in my GSTR 1 outward supply statement, then rectification of such omission and error can be made by 30th November as against September following the end of financial year. Go to section 39. Any rectification of any omission or error in GSTR 3B now being permitted can be done till 30th November following the end of financial year, which was earlier September following the end of financial year. So such omission and error will always have impact on my credit, buyer's credit, and that is now being 30th November. And as on date 1st October 2022, I can definitely do that. So we are applying the present date provision which is now made effective even for closure of financial year 21-22. Section 52 subsection 6, tax collected at source. So e-commerce operator filing GSTR 8. So they can again rectify their GSTR 8 for any omission and error up to 30th November as against September following the end of financial year. So these are the provision which is giving us holistic view that time limit for availing credit in GST would be 30th November following the end of financial year. Unfortunate part, CBIC helpdesk has also responded, which is there in my description box. You can see that answer. They have agreed that this time limit provision under section 16 subsection 4 to avail credit is applicable for financial year 21-22. So I given you my brief observation that this time limit provision, which is now extended to 30th November, read with all other relevant changes in GST law in holistic manner, this would be 30th November, applicable for financial year 21-22. One or two factors you must keep to your mind, that time limit to avail credit invoice or debit note. Sometimes we get confused with the date of debit note. If date of debit note you look at, even though it is related to your original invoice may be raised in the past. So some invoice which is raised in 2018-19, but you are raising debit note today on 1st October 2022, then the time limit provision as per section 16 subsection 4, you need to look at financial year 22-23, which would be 30th November 2023. So keep to your mind that linking of debit note is being disconnected. There is delinking now. For availing credit of debit note, when we look at it is being issued even though for underlying original invoices pertaining to the past period. Please keep to your mind. So this video was to give clarity. Time limit to avail credit is now 30th November as against due date of furnishing GSTR 3B of September following the end of financial year. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Thank you very much.